Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. It's Christine with gaugegirltraining, an online meal planning and coaching service. I'm a food scientist and chemical engineer, and in today's video, we're going to talk about the top foods to combat hormone imbalances. So let's get started. So if you are dealing with hormonal imbalances, one of the #1 challenges you are probably facing is weight gain, specifically stubborn weight gain in the lower abdomen. I call hormonal belly. Hormonal belly is the result of an imbalance in your estrogen levels relative to progesterone. This also happens in menopause, even when your estrogen levels are low, because it's not about the total estrogen content, it's about the ratio between estrogen and progesterone. So if you are finding that you are fatigued, if you're having mood swings as a result of these estrogen to progesterone imbalances, what's going to happen is the neurotransmitters in your brain are going to throw your serotonin levels off, giving you the overall feeling and perception of a bad mood or even a depressed, sad state. You can be having low libido, you can be having hot flashes, insomnia, painful periods, cramping, excessively heavy periods, with sugar cravings, hormonal acne, and the list goes on. So what do you do about it? Instead of taking this approach to fixing your hormones as one of a restrictive one, I challenge you guys to focus on the things you need to be adding to your plate. So the nutrition strategy is going to be one that is more focused on protein, fiber, and fat. So assembling your plates, you're going to be thinking of things like fatty protein sources like salmon. Fiber, you want to be thinking of leafy greens. Fats, you want to be thinking nuts, seeds, avocado, olive oil, things like that. So what you want to be consuming, the first thing is you want to boost your dietary fat intake, and you want to be focusing on slightly more plant-based fats. When I say plant-based fats, I mean olives, avocado, olive oil, coconut oil, nuts, seeds, things in that wheelhouse. Dietary fat is your friend because they provide the precursor chemicals that are needed to form additional hormones, which will then in fact bring your levels into balance. Without an appropriate amount of dietary fat, you will not be able to accomplish this. The next thing is you want to be focusing on foods from the cruciferous vegetable group. Cruciferous vegetables are rich in phytochemicals. They contain something called indole 3-carbinol. Now, indole 3-carbinol is something that you can supplement with separately. This is from the Gauge Life Nutrition Supplements line, and it's also part of the Hormone Reset bundle. However, this is also naturally found in Brussels sprouts, kale, cauliflower, broccoli. Things in that wheelhouse are going to be extremely beneficial. However, in order for you to get therapeutic dosages, you do need to eat a lot, but I want you to be specifically targeting those types of vegetables over others because they have a very specific phytochemical which is known to detoxify the liver of excess circulating estrogens and excess circulating hormones. Because when your cycle is irregular and you are not menstruating, right? If you're not menstruating regularly, that's your body's opportunity to dispel through your cycle, through your period, these excess circulating hormones. So if that stuff's not coming out of your body regularly, where is it going to go? It's going to continue to circulate those excess circulating hormones. It's going to cause the storage of more body fat in the lower abdomen. So it does become a challenge, especially if your cycles are irregular and especially if you are in that perimenopausal, menopausal stage in life. You also want to be focusing on getting the right types of proteins. You want to be focusing more on fatty proteins. Now, you also want to be focusing on quality proteins that are not going to have added hormones. So a lot of people ask me if they can include beef. I typically, in my hormone reset protocol, I do not include beef unless you are guaranteed that it is organic and grass-fed. Otherwise, beef has a tendency to be higher in hormones, especially other types of red meat. But chicken is fine. I do encourage you to go for fattier cuts of chicken, like the chicken thighs. Salmon's one of my favorite. You can do turkey, you can do whole eggs. Whole eggs are excellent. Now, if you're listening to this and you're like, that sounds great, but I'm plant-based, I have an entire plant-based protocol with incredible recipes that are high protein and soy free. Yes. That was a very big challenge for me to create, but I was able to create it, and it's a wonderful plan and it is highly effective. So I hope that this video was helpful to you to give you ideas of the types of foods you do want to be consuming. And again, I want you to take an add to the plate mentality. I want you to think of this from the perspective of, this is going to help my body heal. This is going to help me get rid of the stubborn belly. If there's any other questions or concerns, let me know.